Hi, everyone, and welcome to our devotional on this Wednesday, March 24th, from the South Freeport Congregational Church. Well, we are just 5 days away from Palm Sunday, that wonderful time that marks the triumphant arrival of Jesus into the city of Jerusalem. And for a moment, I invite you to think about how exciting that day must have been. Can you imagine what it must have been like if you had been in the crowd that day? Think of the crowds that are lining the streets as Jesus is coming into the city. Imagine for a moment what it must have been like if you were one of those people trying to fight your way through the crowd because you wanted to be at the front of the line. You holding and waving your palm leaves, and as Jesus approaches, laying those palms out onto the ground, making a pathway for him like a red carpet being rolled out at a great event. Think about how you would feel as Jesus draws closer and closer, thinking to yourself, if I could just even touch the donkey that he is riding upon. What if I could just touch his cloak? What if Jesus himself were to reach out his hand to touch mine? Think about the excitement that we feel if we've ever been at a concert to see our performer on stage, to reach out his or her hand to touch ours, even if just the fingertips. How exciting that would have been to know that you have just touched Jesus yourself on that day. As Jesus comes into the city, it is a fulfilling of a prophecy that we read in Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9, that says, "Rejoice, O daughter of Zion, rejoice greatly. Shout aloud, O daughter of Jerusalem, for behold, your king is coming to you. Righteous and having salvation is he, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, which is the foal of a donkey." You know, it was only as an adult that I really began to understand the celebration and the importance of Palm Sunday. As a child, I don't remember ever having palm leaves, I don't remember ever waving them, and I don't remember a great processional through the church. It was just something that we didn't do in this very small, rural country church where I grew up. Today, however, Palm Sunday means something far greater to me than it ever has before. I can't help but think about how it all seemed to change in the blink of an eye. Jesus rides into town on this lowly donkey, the donkey itself symbolizing peace, because Jesus did not come with violence. He did not come riding in on a great stallion with a sword and a shield, proclaiming anything. He came peacefully, quietly, and on a donkey. As he entered into the city, the celebration, the praise, the applause, the adulation that he received, people loved him and they celebrated. But by that Thursday, that would all change, and these people that were celebrating were now ready to brutally beat him, kill him, to crucify him. How things change so quickly. Well, Palm Sunday marks the beginning of Holy Week. And for me, it has always signified a week full of emotion. We begin filled with the celebration of Jesus' arrival into Jerusalem. We quickly transition into the heavy emotions of a dread of what is to come, knowing that Jesus is going to be betrayed, he's going to be handed over to the authorities, he is going to be crucified. A heavy grief hangs in our hearts. But then we have Easter morning, and up from the grave he arose, and we celebrate the risen Christ. As we look ahead to Holy Week that is beginning on Sunday, I invite you to be in meditation and to consider the unfolding of the events of that week. I invite you to reread the different gospel accounts that document this story for us. Imagine yourself as a bystander in each of the stories, observing the events as they unfold from afar. And I invite you to allow yourself to feel some of the emotions as the images of the story play out in your mind. Behind me, over my shoulder, you see a piece of art entitled "The Taking of Christ" by the artist Caravaggio. Imagine yourself in the scene, watching things unfold, But as you watch them unfold, do so knowing that there is a happy ending to the story, that on Easter morning we will celebrate the risen Christ. May God bless you in this week ahead as we think of and consider the stories of our Christian faith. May God be with you as we come together and we celebrate the risen Christ on Easter morning, and where we shall say, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." God bless you.